the opposition's allegation that the Modi government shared details with Pakistan is not only unsubstantiated but also deeply irresponsible. The Modi government has shown, particularly after the Uri and Balkot strikes, that it believes in decisive, proactive action against threats to India's sovereignty. Namaskar, I welcome you all to the digital media of Uday India. And today, in India Things, I will again speak about how Rahul Gandhi accuses Narendra Modi government of treason for allegedly performing Pakistan about Operation Sindoor. He steps into a realm where historical memory and political ethics matter, and where his own party's track record offers a glaring contradiction. Operation Sindoor, a classified military operation, was aimed at neutralizing terror launchpads across the border. The opposition's allegation that the Modi government shared details with Pakistan is not only unsubstantiated but also deeply irresponsible. Yet, what makes Rahul Gandhi's statement particularly hollow is that it comes from the leader of a party whose government under Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao once forced the Indian army to reveal troop movements to Pakistan, even for defensive drills. So let's revisit the facts. Friends, in 1991, India and Pakistan signed an agreement to notify each other about large-scale military exercises near the border, a measure intended as a confidence-building initiative, but was not until 15 December 1994 under the Congress-led government that the agreement was implemented in full. Despite the fact that Pakistan was already neck-deep in fermenting insurgency in Kashmir and building its covert nuclear capabilities, the Narasimha Rao government tied India's hands by mandating advance notice to Islamabad about military movements, even those that were defensive in nature. This meant India had to inform an enemy state about deployment of troops, logistic patterns, and maneuvers, concessions that critically hampered military flexibility and preparedness. Worse, Pakistan used this information to bolster its own surveillance and infiltration capabilities. The agreement was honored in spirit by India but consistently violated in intent by Pakistan, culminating in the Kargil War of 1999, where Pakistani soldiers crossed the line of control under the guise of peace. So before Rahul Gandhi begins sermonizing about national security and patriotism, he might do well to reflect on the Congress party's own history of strategic blunders, a history that includes arming the adversary with advanced knowledge and severely compromising India's operational security. There is a difference between real diplomacy and reckless appeasement. The Modi government has shown, particularly after the Uri and Balkot strikes, that it believes in decisive, proactive action against threats to India's sovereignty. Unlike the Congress, which treated peace talks as one-way street, Modi's India has made it clear no peace without parity. It is also important to note that Operation Sindoor, if it involved any prior diplomatic communication, would likely to be part of a de-escalation protocol or back channel effort to manage the fallout of military action, not an act of betrayal. And there is no evidence, none, that suggests Indian lives or interests were compromised in the process. To equate strategic communication or diplomatic restraint with treason is not just misleading, it is dangerously irresponsible. Rahul Gandhi's rhetoric reveals a deeper issue, a political class that still doesn't understand the difference between criticism and sabotage, between opposition and opportunity. National security is not a proper scoring debating points. It demands nuance, maturity, and historical awareness, all of which appear to be missing in Rahul's latest outburst. India remembers the Congress era of flip-flop diplomacy, its sharpness on cross-border terrorism, and its inability to draw red lines. Today, when a new India asserts its right to defend itself robustly, the very architects of past appeasement cry foul. If there is treason in the air, it lies in forgetting history, in weaponizing misinformation, and in undermining India's institutions for political gain. Rahul Gandhi must look inward before pointing fingers outward. In the end, patriotism is not about shouting the loudest, it's about standing firm when it matters most. And that is a lesson Rahul Gandhi still needs to learn from his opponents and from his own party's past. That's all for today, and stay tuned with Uday India and subscribe to Uday India. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.